I hope you all have read the chapter. Now today we are going to proceed further with the adventures of Toto. Now grandfather and Toto, they've returned back from Saharanpur, and now grandmother knows about Toto. The secret of Toto is revealed to grandmother. So after grandmother knew about Toto, Toto was transferred from the cage that was kept in servant's quarter. Toto is now transferred to the stable. Stable is a place where you keep animals, especially horses and all. So now there in the stable was another animal, that is donkey. And the name of the donkey is Nana. Right? So when the first day Toto was transferred to the stable, in the night grandfather thought of going and having a look. How is Toto in the stable? So when grandfather came, he saw something very surprising and shocking. And what was that? Nana, the donkey, was trying to pull herself away from something. Right? And grandfather could not understand what really is happening to the Nana. So he goes near Nana and he gives a pat on donkey's haunch. The raised portion of the body is a haunch. So he gives a pat. And this was also sudden because Nana was already occupied with some other thing. So this was again a big shock for her. So what did she do? She dragged herself in fear back. And as she dragged herself in fear, what did she bring along with? She pulled Toto along with her, who was holding on one of the long ears of Nana. Toto was holding her ears in his teeth. And that's the reason why Nana was so restless. So with great difficulty, grandfather had to separate them both. And after this incident, Toto and Nana would never they became friends. They hated each other, especially Nana. Nana hated Toto very much. So this was another incident on the very first day when Toto was transferred to the stable. Now, as grandmother also knows about, and though grandmother did not like animals, but since the animals, they have been brought to home, so after passing of time, grandmother also started taking care of those animals. So in winter season, it was a treat. It was like a party for Toto every day, when in the evening, grandmother would provide a bowl of warm water. Right? A bowl of warm water to Toto for taking bath. Now, like suppose if we have to take bath with warm water, what do? We first check the water by putting our hand into it, whether the temperature is bearable or no. Same thing Toto would also do. Right? Toto would also very cleverly first dip his hand into the water, check the temperature of water, and then slowly put his one leg inside and then the other, and then dip himself into the water. Sit down in the bowl of water and then come out, get in. He would keep doing this repeatedly till the time the water in the bowl was not cold. And once when the water became cold, he would quickly come out and run towards the kitchen fire in order to gain some warmth from the fire. So this was his daily routine and his favorite thing during the winters. And if anybody who would watch him doing all this, if that person would laugh, Toto did not like this. He did not like being made fun of. Right? So he would not appreciate, he would get angry and would stop doing his actions if anybody would laugh. So this was one of the other adventure, the incident. Now, as he is habitual to the thing that warm water is given and he gets himself immersed in it, he dips into it and takes bath, enjoys that. So one day while passing from nearby the kitchen, he sees there is a kettle kept on the gas stove, right, and there is water in it. So he remembers, and then what he does? He sits into the kettle. He gets into the kettle and he is sitting in the kettle. Now till the time the temperature of water was like normal, he was enjoying, but now slowly what is happening? Because the gas is on, so the water has started becoming warmer and hotter and it has started boiling. So once when it started boiling, Toto did not understand what to do. Grandmother would not have come to escape him. Toto would have completely boiled himself in that water. Right? So grandmother howled him. She just shouted and made Toto come out of the kettle. Half boiled. That is, the lower portion of the body might have got little bit of burns. So this was another incident. Now after this, next time what would happen? Toto was, because he was very mischievous, he loved to trouble people. So in the house he would keep tearing things, he would keep damaging things, destroying clothes, utensils and other things. Every now and then he would just keep on damaging things at home. And when any of the aunts of the writer would come there near him, he would just catch hold of their dresses and pull and tear. Right? This is what he loved to do. He loved to destroy, damage things, tear off the things. Now, with this thing, one day, maybe during the lunch time, what they have done, they have prepared pulao. Right? I hope you all know pulao. What is it? It's a dish made out of rice and mixing some vegetables into it. So, a dish of pulao was kept at the center of the dining table. Toto was again moving from there, so he saw that. So, he is a mischievous monkey. He went on to the table, grabbed the plate and started eating that pulao. Right? The moment grandmother saw this, she screamed. Obviously, if you would have in that place, you would also scream. You would try to take away the plate from that animal. So same thing was tried by grandmother also. So what did Toto do? Toto took another plate that was lying on the table and he threw it over grandmother. Somehow grandmother managed to save herself from that attack, and when the writer's aunt, she tried to take away the plate, what did Toto do? Toto threw a glass of water on her face. Okay? So this is how Toto had been eating and troubling the two females. When grandfather came, Toto thought that now grandfather would beat him. So what did he do? Taking the plate in his hand, he ran out from the window. And he went in the veranda outside the house and he sat on one of the branches of the tree with his tail hanging down. And as grandfather and everybody at home, they were out and they were shouting, but Toto kept on eating, and as he finished eating, he again looked at grandmother and he remembered how grandmother has been troubling him inside. So what did he do? That empty plate also he threw over grandmother. And the plate fell down and it was broken into many pieces. Right? So this was how he has been doing mischief at home, and then finally they sat, had discussions, and then grandfather realized that Toto is not an animal to keep at home. Right? Because they are not so rich that they can always bear the damage that Toto has been causing at home. Tearing away things, breaking things, snatching things, and all these type of things, activities what Toto was doing, that could not be every time borne by the family. So finally it was decided that Toto should be sent back from home. Now where should Toto go back again? Because as in the beginning we saw, grandfather was attracted towards his bright sparkling eyes. Right? So only he had brought him home. Now it was not easy for grandfather to part with Toto. what he decided? He decided to return Toto back to the Tonga driver. And then he went back to the Tonga driver, gave Tonga driver this monkey back. And for how much did he purchase this monkey? He purchased the monkey for ₹5. Now when he went back to give the monkey to the Tonga driver, how much did Tonga driver give him? He gave him only ₹3 back. So that was again a loss. First loss grandfather had borne when he was brought home. He has destroyed the blazer and all, the wallpaper and scratching everything. After that, when he was taken to Saharanpur, there also grandfather had to bear the loss of ₹3 because of Toto's mischiefs. Now at home also every now and then he had been destroying things. So that was also a loss. At the end, to get rid of Toto, again grandfather had to face a loss of ₹2. Right? So, but they realized that Toto is not an animal, not a thing to be kept at home as other animals. So they had to part away with. But because grandfather really had attachment with him, so instead of leaving him at any unknown place or with any stranger, he thought better he goes back to the Tonga driver, and there again he is ready to bear the loss of money. But he tries to see that Toto is again safe at place where he is already familiar with. So now after listening to the story, I want to just ask the people who had an idea that they would like to keep a monkey as a pet, what do you all think now? Are you really ready to keep a monkey at home as a pet? If you still have the thought yes, then I think you all should be ready to bear the damage, because monkeys are really very naughty. Right? So I hope the lesson was very clear. You've understood everything. Once again, read the lesson. If any difficulty, anything not understood, you can ask me. Now, this was about Toto and his adventures that he had been doing at home. So with this, the chapter gets over. We'll see you in the next video with the next chapter. Until then, bye-bye.